Hi, everyone. This is your host, Maheen, and welcome to another enlightening episode of the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast, where we will delve into the fascinating world of quantum secure communication as essential frontier for business in our increasingly digital world. Stay tuned as we explore the crucial role small businesses play in pioneering cutting edge technologies that promise to secure our digital future. We're quite thrilled to have James Nguyen with us. James is the co founder and CEO of Quantropi, a trailblazer in quantum secure communications. Recognized among Ottawa's top 40 under 40, James has a rich background in economics, investment, and a deep rooted passion for advancing quantum technologies globally. Under his leadership, Quantropi is setting new standards in securing digital communications against both current and future threats. Without a further ado, let's welcome James. Welcome to the show, James. It's great to have you here. How are you today?
Doing great. Thanks for having me, Maheen.
James, with your groundbreaking work in quantum technologies and your vision for a secure digital economy, we're eager to dive into your insights. But before that, let's start at the beginning of your quantum journey. James, what inspired you to co-found Quantropi and enter the world of quantum secure communications?
I'm a banker by trade. Graduating from economics from Carleton University here in Ottawa, I quickly got into banking. So my first job was at RBC World Bank, where I did anything from retail to business banking to mid-market commercial. Eventually left the bank and got into kind of dabbling into deep technologies, working with some of our kind of like ultra high net worth clients, and got into blockchain. Got into graphene, which is a new super material. Commercialized that into water filtration systems. It eventually got into cybersecurity and quantum technologies when I met my co-founder, Dr. Randy Kwong. And Dr. Randy Kwong, how I met him was we led an investment round into one of his prior companies, or his first startup called Inbit Technologies, that did identity authentication. And why that was important to me was it's all about trust. So the saying at the bank is, if you have no security equals no trust equals no bank. So that definitely we had something in common. He was always looking at a way to ensure that trust could always be minted and truth prevails always. So when I kind of told him that, to me, blockchain was really kind of the future technology around making sure that trust can be prevailing always. He told me, well, even the security around blockchain is vulnerable to quantum attacks, specifically digital signatures, and that got me listening. So after listening, for several months of lunches and dinners, he convinced me that he had a better solution, a solution that could protect against novel attacks, not only quantum, but also in today's world, machine learning and AI. And so he quickly, approached me to say, "You are a dynamic individual that really brings different skill sets to the table. Why don't we look at, potentially what this can mean?" So we founded the company in January 2018, and the rest was kind of history.
Now, your journey really highlights the passion and perseverance needed to innovate in such a complex field. But quantum technologies, like they're poised to revolutionize data security. On that note, James, how does Quantropi's approach to quantum security stand out in this competitive market?
So our approach has always been a kind of a different approach. So when you look at, really the folks around quantum security, they're looking at either kind of the laws of nature, photonic entanglement methods, and those are provably secure methods. The challenge with that method is that it usually requires a lot of new infrastructure, very costly, and there's a lot of rip and replace, and it's not really scalable in today's world of mobility. The other kind of half of basically the equation is you have basically harder to solve math problems, or basically better encryption, and that uses basically, very, very complex math, usually requires more computing power. It's scalable, but still, in the world of kind of like IoT, it does come with some limitations. So in essence, what Quantry did was we kind of combined the best of both worlds minus the disadvantages, because my co-founder, Dr. Rennie Kwong, he actually came from photonic quantum key distribution at Bell Northern Research, which is the research arm of Norton Networks back in the day. And he believed that this was a great technology, but outside of the lab, it still wasn't ready yet. So how do we get it outside of the lab into today's world where, we rely on the internet? And that's where he said, if we could represent quantum states using linear algebra and mathematics, this could create quantum algorithms that we can leverage on existing networks and communication channels. And that's what we did.
And the clarity really helps demystify any quantum tech for our listeners today. And every innovation, James, it faces, every innovation faces its set of challenges. What have been some of the significant challenges in developing and deploying quantum secure solutions?
I think the biggest challenge for us taking a new approach has always been how do we communicate our new methods or our way of thinking, and how do we, convince that this is a better solution. So of course that requires a lot of time. So we've been around for 6.5 years. We're still doing that. We come from a different, call it mathematical approach, and that does require more time to convince people that our method, is better. But you should see some other companies have done that before, right? And we're still working on that. But the thing is, time goes by, we have more validation with more, call it proof points. Our technology has been benchmarked by companies like Deutsche Telekom, Siemens, and we really focus on the performance. So when it comes to performance, our encryption algorithms definitely outperform from what we know anything else in the market. But the thing is, we know that, you can't just have kind of like a one-stop shop. So our approach is not only from a different technology standpoint, but also how do you implement? So we came up with a platform play. So we have our flagship platform, enterprise grade B2B SaaS called Keyspace. And under Keyspace, we provide, what we believe are the three building blocks of a complete cryptographic solution, which includes asymmetric encryption, kind of like today's RSA. And then you have symmetric encryption, such like AES-256. And what you need is strong entropy for strong cryptographic keys, for stronger passwords. So we created kind of like a SaaS platform where you can subscribe, pay an annual fee, and depending on your business model, just priced differently. But the key thing is, think of it as Microsoft Office 365, and under there you got Word, PowerPoint, Excel, kind of the Office suite, so that we can provide you kind of like the capabilities to enable you to upgrade your existing devices, applications, and networks to be quantum secure.
James, your experiences provide a real world blueprint for resilience and innovation in tech. And, on that note, let's really take a moment to consider the hurdles and triumphs we've discussed today. Because, listeners, innovations like those as James is working with at Quantropi aren't just technical achievements, they're really the milestones in human creativity and persistence. So think about questions like, how does this resonate with your own experiences of overcoming obstacles? And whether in your professional journey or personal projects, remember that each challenge is really just a step forward or towards a greater innovation. So let us know. I'd love to hear your stories. Please share with us on social media or directly through our podcast platform. Now, James, small and medium enterprises are very crucial to technological adoption. How can SMEs leverage quantum technologies to enhance their security and operational efficiency?
So, there's always a debate on when do you need quantum security. Okay, and then so the way we look at it is that depending on how sensitive or important your information is, if you typically need it to be secure to us over 5 years, you probably want to start to make sure that that has extra security. So no matter if a quantum attack or a quantum AI attack happens, you're protected. And what the industry has coined that problem is really kind of harvest now, decrypt later. What that means is that, people could be stealing your data today, storing it, somewhere until they have access to, emerging technologies such as quantum and AI to basically break open that kind of treasure chest of information. So for us, our technology right now and our solutions are commercially ready right now. You can go to our website as long as you're one of the kind of like approved export controlled countries. We can allow you to download our software development kit and really start to kind of embed your existing applications and devices today, right? This afternoon, pretty much. So it's actually that easy. It comes with documentation, it comes with guidance, and of course, it comes with our support.
And that's invaluable advice for SMEs that are looking to future-proof their operations. But to our dedicated listeners out there, let's really pause and consider the implications of what James shared about quantum tech, because we need to really consider how might these advances really impact your own business practices or even industry standards. So it's crucial to stay informed and proactive. So let's think about steps we can take today to prepare for a quantum secure future. Now, the future of technology is always exciting to discuss, James. What future developments in quantum technology should businesses be preparing for?
I think businesses should definitely be talking to their existing consultants, their existing partners and vendors, we're like a small piece of the ecosystem, right? We have a very niche solution for a big problem that's coming. And you definitely got to do an inventory checklist of your kind of crown jewels to see what's really important, what you got to protect today. For us, we're not going to be at the kind of forefront. Think of us as the Intel Inside model, right? So we want to work with kind of the big companies in the world, the shared infrastructure players, and help embed our technology into them. So you don't even see it. So when you're buying for example, an Apple iPhone, you don't see the Qualcomm chips. Think of us as that component of the solution. And just to answer your question earlier, you asked, what are kind of the challenges that we see as a startup? You mentioned a bit about creativity and persistence. So I would recommend to kind of anyone that's kind of doing a startup or running an SME, the real thing is that passion is key, because and having a unwavering vision, right? So our vision is to ensure trust can be minted and truth prevails always. We want to make sure that we don't go back to the dark ages when it comes to the internet, right? We want to rely on the internet. We want to bring the internet even further and keep people connected and keep businesses thriving and communities prospering. So how do you do that as a small company starting out? Is we always want to make sure that we stay true to our values, right? So our core values is really around integrity and performance, right? So everything we do is around that. In order to be successful as an organization, it really comes down to the people. And of course, to get people, not only do you have the right vision or a strong vision, and basically the right people, you have to have capital, right? So being able to communicate why you're doing it, okay, and what you're doing effectively will attract the right capital and people. And once you have the right people, right, that's really how you make the magic happen. So I have to say that, this company, we got to as far as we have due to our investors, due to our, our employees, our advisors, and our customers.
And it's
So
quite clear that staying informed and adaptable is key to thriving in the future digital landscape. But how is Quantropi staying ahead of these upcoming trends?
I wouldn't, I couldn't say we're staying ahead, but I believe what we're doing is, along a narrow path, and how we kind of believe we can stay ahead is, by always, focusing on what we believe are not going to change in the market. For example, we know that nobody's going to want less security, so we always focus on high security. We believe people will always want, high performance, low latency when it comes to communication. They will want basically speed, okay, and they will want something that's easy to integrate. It doesn't change their existing business. It's preserve the mode of operations. So we focus really on we innovate so that people don't have to change the way they do things, and they do things in a much more appealing way and much more better experience for the customer.
No, thank you so much, James. And before we close, I'd love to tap into your vast experience one last time. For our listeners out there, many of whom are navigating their own entrepreneurial paths or are intrigued by just the evolving landscape of quantum technologies, could you just share one final piece of advice? Like, what should they keep in mind as they prepare for the future in this rapidly changing tech environment?
So yeah, so technology is always changing, right? You can have the best technology today, and it could be not the best technology tomorrow. I believe the most important thing is always keeping an open mind. That the basically openness to learn, and always keep humbleness, right? To understand. So because if you're not humble, you're gonna stop learning, or you're gonna learn less. I think showing up every day with that positive attitude to seek the right solutions, right? Instead of trying to be right, is more important. And as you're seeking the right solutions, you're doing it because you're trying to better the world, right? So I think if your purpose, right, is one that's noble one, you will be able to seek, other noble uh, doers and people that will support your mission, and that's how you will succeed.
Thank you so much, James, for joining us and enriching our understanding on this critical field. Again, thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you, Megan.
Our thanks also get to you, our dedicated listeners, for tuning in. Remember, embracing new technologies like those developed at Quantropi can significantly empower your business against emerging digital threats. A special thank you to our partners as well who make this podcast possible. RBC, our exclusive banking partner, UPS, our exclusive shipping partner, Zero, our exclusive accounting software partner, Constant Contact, our email partner, and IHG Business Edge, our exclusive hospitality partner. Please don't forget to subscribe subscribe to the Canadian SME Small Business Magazine at our website, CanadianSME.ca, to stay updated on all things business. Until next time, keep innovating, keep securing, and keep growing. Thank you.